Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Beer of the Week. So excited to bring you this feature where we talk about Michigan craft beer because it is Michigan Beer Month this month. July is every year, and we're excited to be able to present this every single week. Before we introduce our guest in this week's Beer of the Week, let me just tell you that next Thursday, it's going to be the Great Michigan Beer Toast. So next Thursday, July 23rd, 7 p.m. right here on MLive's Facebook page, we're going to do a big toast. It starts at 7, like I said. We're going to do the Michigan Beer Fight Song, a Michigan Beer Trivia Battle. I wonder who's going to win that one. And then we're going to do a toast from breweries across the state of Michigan. And then, of course, the big toast. Not sure what the big toast is, but we're going to find out. Make sure to tune in next Thursday, July 23rd, 7 p.m. right here on the Facebook page. All right. Joining us right now for Beer of the Week is our friends from Ore Dock Brewery in Marquette. Whoa, well, no, thanks for watching. We're not there yet. I clicked the wrong button. Hey, how about that? Andrea and Wes, how you guys doing?
We're good. Good to see you.
I had to mess up there, but thanks for watching. That was a quick Beer of the Week, right?
It was fast.
Yeah. We have people all over the state of Michigan watching right now, so thank you so much if you're tuning in. And if you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. We would appreciate that. We'll try to answer some of your questions as well. Miss Amy Sherman is on the broadcast, so she's answering some of your questions as well, and she can answer whatever you have on your mind. So anyway, thanks for joining us on Beer of the Week. How are things in beautiful Marquette today?
They're beautiful, sunny, warm. Yeah, it's a great day in Marquette today.
It's a pretty much quintessential day in the UP.
Yeah.
So, of course,
well, I love Marquette. The first time I was up there, I remember going, "Oh my gosh, look at that Ore Dock!" Right? Yeah. And I would imagine when you guys opened your brewery almost 8 years ago now, that that vision of the Ore Dock must have played a part in naming your brewery. We're going to talk a little bit about history, folks, and then we'll unveil Beer of the Week. But let's get to some of that background, if you could, Andy.
Perfect. Yeah, John, you brought up the Ore Dock. When Wes and I first moved here 16 years ago, it's sort of one of the biggest structures you see when you drive in from the south, and you hit the lake and you see this huge iron ore dock. And it's just a symbol of that working shoreline that we have here in Marquette. And as it turns out, the brewery itself is right up from that ore dock, about 2 blocks from the lake. So it just really fit the name, as it encompasses so many things about Marquette.
Yeah, they used the rail ran right behind our building to the point where they would actually stop the train and unload stuff into our building that we're in off of the rail train that went then up to the top of the ore dock. So that was a happy accident that the association became.
Well, I think it's a great story and
kind of part of
it's a great nod to Marquette to have the Ore Docks right there, pretty visible. Like you said, it's like walking distance, less than a mile, right?
Oh, less than 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's easy to get to. It's a popular destination.
I was going to say, everything's kind of built in Marquette. That's kind of the nice thing, is it's a super walkable community and several breweries right within walking distance. So we're lucky in that way.
I know, it's just those hills sometimes get me, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yep. True.
Well, tell us, 8 years are coming on your 8-year anniversary. I'm sure this pandemic has been, a big thing for you guys to go through, like a lot of other breweries. What's been some of the challenges so far, Wes?
Yeah, I think probably some of the same stuff that everybody's had to go through. We are very passionate about our staff and our community and our customers, our patrons, and how to support all of those simultaneously in the environment that we're currently in. Of course, was a big struggle. We had to figure out what we could support, who we could support, how we could continue to get products out to our customers. So we did a number of things. We obviously kept distribution going. In fact, we took the period to ramp up our distribution in our territory. We did some to go, we did some delivery, and a big thanks to the state and everything they've done to try and continue to support the breweries. That was very critical. But as we've come out of it, as most people probably know, the UP is a little bit ahead as far as the release status from the governor. So we had to quickly change directions as we were trying to define more to go and delivery, and say, okay, what does it mean for us to be open amid the crisis and the COVID pandemic? And the team here, I couldn't be more proud of. They did a great job of figuring out how to make that work while maintaining the safety of our employees and our customers, and yet still making it feel comfortable and natural and enjoyable place for people to be.
Yeah, you can imagine, I mean, we're used to people sitting at the bar and conversing with us. And right now, there's a plexiglass barrier and we're wearing masks. So it's definitely different, but we've all just embraced what it is and made the best of it. And I think that's all we can do.
Yeah, that really is all we can do. And again, thanks to all you watching out there on Facebook right now. Hi, Felicia. Not bye. Hi. Hello to Derek and other people's. Amy Richards is also with us, our good friend from Bell's. So everyone supports each other. But I tell you, one thing that I remember when we did the search for Michigan's best brewery back in 2013, one of the things that I remember the most about your brewery is that sense of community, right? That sense of like your upper space. The time we were there was actually a wedding reception going on up in your upper room there. You have that sense of community. That's got to be tough right now.
Yeah, it really is. I think we really based our business model on craft beer and community and the intersection between the two. And while we are all feeling that community and the support, it's not in person anymore. And, when we don't have the opportunity to gather together, it really changes the way that we're functioning. We're not having the weddings and things, but we're also not having the fundraisers and the arts and the music that we were before. And that's really changed things a lot. We hope that we'll be able to find a way to do that virtually. We've done a little bit of that already. We hosted a virtual Angry Bear celebration in April. And so we're trying to figure out how to do that through the internet and still getting people engaged, but in a different way.
Yeah,
so
sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I was going to say, so you're open right now, the 50% capacity then?
Correct.
For dine-in, right? Or you don't really have a restaurant. You have small things.
Yep. But there are still a lot of restaurants that are delivering. In fact, they've all ramped up their delivery. So it allows people to order food to have delivered to the brewery, and they're hanging out. We have a patio space that's open right now. And, everyone is just a little more distanced than normal.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to beer of the week because I've had your beer many times. Like I said, since I've been up there a lot over the summers and in the falls. I love your porter. Was one of my favorites that you used to brew. I think you still make it, right? You still have your porter.
We are. In fact, it just transitioned into cans, so hopefully you guys will be seeing those on the shelf down there, if not already, very soon.
Yeah, because the distribution has really picked up here in throughout the state of Michigan. We're going to talk about distribution in a minute, but let's get to beer of the week because people want to know what it is. All right, I'm going to crack this thing open. Why don't one of you walk me through what we're drinking today?
All right, so what you have in front of you is our Berserker Hazy IPA. Nice, perfect screenshot of that. It is our hazy. It is a very citrusy, easy drinking hazy IPA. One thing that's really fun about this beer is that we brewed this with a Norwegian yeast strain. It's a Kvike strain that brews fast and hot, and it really imparts a lot of citrusy and orange notes just in the strain itself. And so we, with the help obviously of the hops that we've incorporated in a really aggressive dry hopping schedule, we get a lot of, beautiful citrusy orange notes and a real easy drinking, almost scarily easy drinking beer.
Wow, I'm getting, oh my gosh, that is a beautiful.
I'm going to grab mine because, we've had ours sitting here kind of just tempting us this whole time. So
tons of citrus on the aroma. I mean, as soon as I opened it up, I picked up, it was so floral, right? And oh my gosh, it invites you right in. Can't wait for that first sip. Here we go. Wow. I love that. There's no bitterness whatsoever.
I was going to say, it actually really is low on the bitterness spectrum. I think one thing, again, with the yeast strain and why we were so excited when we first tried this strain was that often you're trying to, achieve this very citrusy flavor with the hops alone. And to have the yeast to be able to impart those esters in this way really made it easy for us to create this very citrusy beer.
Yeah. Wes, I know that you're not the brewer there, but you must be a big fan. I know a lot. You, like others at the brewery, are big fans of this right away, right? Yeah, it's new, but people are loving it.
We serve it in the tulip, but the staff knows to serve it to me in a pint because
He's so picky.
It's just, it's definitely my favorite right now. It's been a welcome addition.
Yeah, and it comes in about 7.5% ABV, did you say?
Correct. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And kind of, it definitely doesn't come across that way in the profile.
No, yep. I might have to open up another one pretty soon. I'm just joking. I love this beer. Great pick for Beer of the Week. Thank you so much for doing that. I know we talked a little bit about distribution, and I think one of the reasons every time I would go to the UP, I was excited because I could bring some of your beer back home. I didn't find a lot of it in the Grand Rapids area, but now that's changed, right?
Right. We actually just released distribution in the Grand Rapids area in the last couple months. So we're slowly ramping up. We didn't really know, Grand Rapids has just so many good breweries that we were a little intimidated, honestly, to come down to that region. And we have just gotten so much support. And it feels great. Honestly, we're humbled by it. And so now we're ramping up to be able to continue to feed that distribution down there. And we're excited. For us being so far removed, it's so important that we have these distributors that we really can work with and understand our products and want to understand our products, because we can't be there at the accounts all the time like we can in the UP. Because to get down there, it's a good 8-9 hour drive. You drive down there more than I do. It's a long ways. So it's great to have partners in our distributors that can really achieve those goals and help us down there.
Well, I know Berserker will be one of your year-round beers, but another one of my favorites is the Reclamation IPA. Now, you've had this on tap for almost since day one, right?
Yeah. Yep. Reclamation was our flagship IPA. It was one of the first IPAs we brewed. And that one is, more of that mid-coast style. And it's something we continue to brew. It still is our number one selling product. And, it's nice to have now that variety between the citrusy, but now like just a really standard American IPA.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you, since you are married and you're co-owners of this of Ore Dock here in Marquette, I know from talking to you a few times in the early days, Andy, you had a baby about the time the brewery was open. If I remember that story correctly, it was a little crazy, right? You have 3 kids now.
We have 3 kids now. Yeah. And Gus was born 2 weeks after we had kind of our grand opening. So we opened the tap room in May of 2012, and then we opened our community space so that, the whole space was open Labor Day weekend of 2012. So
it was basically we started construction and we found out
we were pregnant.
The convenient consequence of that was I got to do all the painting and finishing.
Yeah,
and Andrea could just tell me what colors. I go, I'm painting this weekend. Yep. What color is it?
We were about to pull up floorboards the day that I found out I was pregnant, and I said, I maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Been ripping out floorboards. He got a little bit more work on his plate at that point. But yeah, Gus was born 2 weeks after our grand opening, and now we've got 2 other little ones, and we kind of just had quite the adventure over the last 8 years between starting a business and starting a family. But I think it's, that's what life's about, is all those adventures.
That's what life is all about. And kudos to you guys for having a young family, being in Marquette, starting this brewery and starting this whole thing. What do you love? Because I know you're both Wisconsin natives. What do you love about living in Michigan and living in Marquette?
Well, Michigan in general, I think, I look at what the state's doing in response, obviously, to the current situation. And, just all the breweries in general have been so supportive of one another, but also just so resilient. And I think resiliency is maybe, one of the biggest things I think about when I think about Michigan in general and the craft breweries here. And we love that. We love that we're part of that community. And Marquette, I mean, if anyone's been up here, it's hard not to love Marquette. It's a walkable community. It's on the lake. You've got tons of outdoor opportunities, but also still the culture and arts that it's so important, for a community to have. And so raising a family here is sort of a no-brainer. We feel very lucky to be here.
Is there anything else that you want to add? Because I really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule. I know that today's your day off, Andy, so we really appreciate you coming in and doing this. Is there anything you want people to know about Ore Dock or about Marquette or about the Michigan beer industry? Anything at all?
I think just, again, thanking everyone for the continued support. I mean, I think we've seen that time and time again, as we've had to fluctuate our business and do curbside and, sell our t-shirts online, and people are just doing everything they can to continue to support the industry in general. I mean, we're hearing that from all of our colleagues across the brewing industry. So it's really just thanking everyone for that support, because without them, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry, Wes, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Just the thanks, but then just keeping on. We're all going to get through this together, and we'll look forward to the day that we can go back to a beer festival or have live music upstairs.
Your live music venue. I remember going, wow, this is fun. The college kids were there, and it was just a great environment, and always a good time at Ore Dock. Don't forget, folks, the Great Michigan Beer Taste is coming up July 23rd, 7 p.m. right here on the MLive Facebook page. We're going to do a big toast. There'll be the Michigan beer fight song. There'll be a trivia battle. And, of course, toast from breweries across the state of Michigan. And I know you guys are big fans of the Brewers Guild. And, it's going to be tough because I don't know what's going to happen in the fall, but it doesn't look too good, right?
Right. But they've continued to be incredibly supportive and keeping us up to date on everything that's going on in Lansing and making sure we have all the information we need to keep our business running. So cheers to them, too.
Cheers to them. All right, here it is, folks. Berserker. Yeah, Hazy IPA, Beer of the Week from Ore Dock. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, John.